One cat in the St. Charles City Animal Control has become a worldwide celebrity, and even celebrities such as Anderson Cooper and Howard Stern are talking about him. After a story in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, adoption offers have come from as far as Australia and London. LUTV's Brittany Velasco visited the shelter to find out what makes this cat so special.
The average male house cat should weigh between 10 to 15 pounds. Biscuit is a rare kind of cat, weighing in at 37 pounds. His weight is too much for the cat scale, so he has to be weighed on the dog scale. The animal control officers at the St. Charles City Animal Control Shelter thought his weight would keep him from being adopted.
It's definitely a factor because all the extra weight can cause health problems. Some people just aren't really financially prepared to take on a cat that has medical issues, because then of course they would have to be able to provide more for him.
Biscuit had two previous owners, the first being a mentally disabled woman who lived with her mother. He was brought to the shelter about a year ago when he could not be properly cared for. He was adopted a second time, but had to be returned because the owner moved into an apartment that did not allow pets.
Biscuit is about 4 years old, and he's already been back to the shelter for about 2 weeks. He may be larger than most cats, but like every single one, he still loves to be petted.
Biscuit's weight caused him to have some physical difficulty. He could not walk a few steps without falling to the ground and panting. Since the shelter has put him on a diet, it has been easier for him to move around and even jump. Lead Animal Control Officer Teresa Gilley says Biscuit can be a bit finicky at times.
He obviously does like his food, so the restriction on the food, he gets a little moody. So, but overall, I mean, he's a very sweet cat.
Since the St. Louis Post-Dispatch story, Biscuit's fame has extended past the St. Charles area. CNN host Anderson Cooper is hoping to have him on the show, and radio personality Howard Stern even mentioned Biscuit on a recent show.
Just kind of ironic, because to begin with he wasn't necessarily the most adoptable cat, but now that people hear about him, they want to provide him with a nice home.
It's very overwhelming. I mean, just, Biscuit is one cat out of millions, and just because he was in the paper, that doesn't, you don't need to go to your shelter and look for other cats.
So far, Biscuit has had over 100 adoption offers since the article came out, and a soldier in Afghanistan even took interest in Biscuit. The shelter is wanting to give him a loving home nearby so he does not have to deal with the stress of traveling.
We recommend that they come in and interact with Biscuit. We recommend that he be in a home with no children.
Whoever is chosen as Biscuit's new owner will have to remember to keep him on a strict diet. A recent vet checkup has shown Biscuit is in healthy condition with a healthy heart and lungs. For LUTV News, I'm Brittany Velasco.